We're in week 3. We're doing our second part of grammar, double object pronouns. Let's go back and talk about direct object. Direct objects being things. It can also be people, but we're going to focus on things first. Direct object is a thing that directly completes or receives the action. Direct objects are not the subject of the sentence. They're the object of the sentence. I want the apple. I need to question the verb and say, what do I want? The answer, the apple, is the direct object. The subject is I. The verb is want. Direct object, the apple. So I can change the apple out for a pronoun. I want the apple. What do I want? I could say I want the apple again, or I could change it to a pronoun and say I want it. It is referring to the apple. I want the candies. What do I want? Well, the candies. I want them. Them is referring to the candies. Let's try it in Spanish. Yo quiero la manzana. What do I want? ¿Qué quiero? La manzana. I'm going to say it, which is the direct object pronoun. Yo quiero los dulces. What do I want? ¿Qué quiero? Los dulces. How do I say them in Spanish? Yo quiero la manzana also can be interpreted as yo la quiero with the pronoun I want it. Yo quiero las galletas, yo las quiero, I want them. Yo quiero helado, yo lo quiero, I want it. Yo quiero los refrescos, yo los quiero, I want them. So the pronoun is kind of taken by the article in front of the noun and then placed in front of the verb. When this article, which is the, is placed in front of the verb, it changes its meaning. It becomes it. This is a real easy way to figure out what the pronoun is. Yo quiero las galletas, I want the cookies. Take the, put it in front of the verb. Now it means them. I want them. Yo quiero el helado, I want the ice cream. Take the el, change it to lo, and put it in front of the verb. Now it says, I want it. Yo quiero los refrescos, I want the sodas. Take los, put it in front of the verb. Now it means them. I want them. Pronouns will be put in front of verbs for the most part. That's how you can tell the difference between a pronoun and the article the. So it is la and lo, depending on the gender of the item, and them is las and los, depending on the gender of the item. These are all the things you need to know about direct object pronouns. The direct object is the thing that receives the action. We're going to use the same sentence, yo quiero la manzana. So in yo quiero la manzana, you ask, what do I want? La manzana. That's the direct object. The direct object is not the subject of the sentence. What is the subject of the sentence? The subject is yo. The verb is quiero, Q-U-I-E-R-O, the O corresponding with the yo of the subject. And the direct object is la manzana. In English, direct objects, the pronouns are it and them. I want the apple, I want it. In Spanish, direct object pronouns are lo, la, los, las for things, and they are matching the gender and number of the thing. Yo quiero la manzana, yo la quiero. And just reflecting back what number 4 spoke about, feminine singular direct object, la, masculine singular, lo, feminine plural, las, masculine plural, los. Direct objects are generally placed in front of the conjugated verb. Yo la quiero, I want it. But you can also attach it to two verbs in a row or in the present progressive formation. Me gusta, that's the first verb. Comer, that verb's in the infinitive because it's the second one. You can attach la. I like to eat it. Tiene que cocinar los. He or she has to cook them. First verb, tiene. Second verb, cocinar. In the infinitive, you can attach. Here it is in an ing. Ing, present progressive, has the verb estar plus the verb with an ing formation. The ing is I-E-N-D-O or A-N-D-O. Estoy comiéndolas. Estás preparándolo. And you can also attach them to commands. Comela, comala. So one is formal, one is informal. And generally when you make attachments, you're going to add accents, but as you know, I'm not marking accents off, so don't worry about it. What if you want to say to not do something or to use the negation with a pronoun? ¿Quieres comer el helado? Do you want to eat the ice cream? You want to say, no, I don't want to eat it. You would say no as your answer, no, and then there's the no of the don't. No lo quiero comer. The lo is still right in front of the verb. It needs to be right there. In this case, I do have two verbs in a row, so I can attach. No, no quiero comerlo. ¿Prefieres los huevos? Do you prefer the eggs? You want to say, no, I don't prefer them. No, no los prefiero. Notice that the los, referring to the eggs, is still right next door to the verb. ¿Estás comprando la leche? Are you buying the milk? No, I'm not buying it. No, no la estoy comprando. This is an ing formation, so I can add that to the end. No, no estoy comprándola. ¿Tienes las frutas? Do you have the fruits? No, I don't have them. No, no las tengo. Okay, pause the video and see if you can translate these sentences and then come back for responses. Never cooks them. Them, as it could be los or las. So I'm going to tell you it's masculine, so you know what to do. Translate the sentence, you're going to put this pronoun in front of the verb. Mi mamá nunca los prepara. Los, masculine. No, I don't prepare it, feminine. No, no la preparo. I want to cut them. Las quiero cortar. I have two verbs in a row, so I have a second option. Quiero cortarlas. Sometimes Javier eats it. A veces Javier lo come. I always eat it. Siempre la como. I am eating it. Lo estoy comiendo. Here's my ing, so I can attach. Estoy comiendo lo. Okay, now what if your direct object is a person? I see Victor. Who do I see? Victor. I want to say, how do I say, I want to change out Victor for him as a pronoun, and then we're going to figure out what that pronoun is. In Spanish, veo a Victor. Whom do I see? Victor. Your direct object is a person. You're always going to put a in front of the name or group of names. Veo a Victor. Okay? So how do I say him? Veo a Sofía, la veo. I see her. Veo a Sofía y a Sara, las veo. I see them. Veo a Víctor, lo veo. I see him. And veo a los chicos, los veo. I see them. So notice these direct object pronouns are the same ones that we use with things. Okay? So lo, la, los, or las could be it, or them, or him, or her, or them as people. We can translate these sentences. I see Victor. Here's the verb to see. Yo veo got to put the a in front of his name because he is the direct object. How do I say I see him? So I'm going to trade out a Victor and look for him. It's lo, and it's going to go in front of the verb. Yo lo veo. You see Elena. Tú ves Elena. You see her. There's her. La, put it in front of the verb. Tú la ves. They see us. Ellos. Now we know that the verb is ven, and us is going to be nos. So it's going to go nos ven. We see you. We, nosotros, you. It's not given that it's formal, it's the informal. Te vemos. She sees me. Ella me ve. They see you, formal male. Ellos lo ven. So in this box, we can use usted also. It could be him, her, or usted. I see y'all. Yo los veo. Y'all is in this box. You see them. Tú los ves. Okay, so here are all the pronouns. Make a match to these. Some are pronouns and some are proper names. And what are their definitions? So los could refer to them or you all, like ellos, ustedes. And it'll depend on gender. Los for mixed group or masculine, las for feminine. So let's see what los matches with. Would it be Ana? No, that's singular. Tú? No, that's singular. Pedro y Carolina. Yeah, that's a group of people. Could it be them? Yes. That's one of them. Maria y yo? No, that's us. Jorge, that's singular. Elena y Rosa? Well, that's two girls. If that were to say las, then it would match. Ustedes? Yep, right there. And usted? No, that's singular. So the answers are G and C. Ustedes and Pedro y Carolina. La. La could be her. It could also be you formal if the person is feminine. And if it were a thing, we could have a thing, but we're focusing on people. So we're looking for a girl or a you feminine. We have Ana and usted. Te, we know, always just goes with tú, right? Lo, we know it's going to be right here. It could be him, you formal. Okay. Be him or you formal. Let's see. Definitely have Jorge and usted again. Las, you them or y'all. So, oh, and ustedes, sorry, ustedes and Elena y Rosa. And nos always goes with nosotros. So I need a group that is nosotros. That's letter D. Maria y yo. Okay, here's the sentences that you would have done when you learned direct object pronouns. These are for translation. Okay, I'll do the first one with you and then pause the video and do your translations. Las hermanas Gómez miran muchas telenovelas. Esta semana no pueden mirarlas porque tienen mucha tarea. Las hermanas Gómez, the Gómez sisters. This is the subject. Miran, watch, muchas telenovelas, a lot of soap operas. Esta semana, this week, no pueden, they can't, or they're not able to watch them, What is that referring to? Watch them. That's referring to the telenovelas. See? Direct object. Because they have too much homework. Okay, pause the video, do 2, 3, and 4, and come back for responses. Jennifer and Sally buy flowers for their mother. Their mother puts them on the table. What is them referring to? The girls or the flowers? It's referring to the flowers, isn't it? That's your direct object in the previous sentence. That's what was switched. No tengo mi tarea para la clase de química. Necesito encontrarla. I don't have my homework for chemistry class. I need to find it. What is the it referring to? The homework. En Doctora Martínez, dos pacientes la esperan. Doctora Martínez, two patients wait or are waiting for you. That one's probably the hardest one. Okay, now let's review indirect object pronouns. Indirect object pronouns tell you to or for whom the action is done. These are the pronouns me, te, le, nos, les. These are the same ones we use with the verb gustar. So here's a sentence. She brings the cake to her brother. Subject, she. Verb, brings. What does she bring? The cake. I could trade that out for pronouns if I want. To whom or for whom the action is done. To her brother. That's the indirect object. And I can trade those out. That answer for me, te, le, nos, les will be to her brother, to him. So I could have traded that out for le. Okay, here are your rules with indirect objects. They're going to be very similar to direct objects. Indirect object is the person to or for whom the action is done. Mi madre hace un sándwich para mí. My mom makes a sandwich for me. So what does she make? That's the sandwich. That's the direct object. Now your next question is, for whom does she make it? Ah, for me, para mí. That is the indirect object. You can trade those out, para mí, or a pronoun, me, and put it in front of the verb. Mi madre me hace un sándwich. The indirect object is not the subject of the sentence. It's going to look like it because it's another person, okay? The sentence, mi madre me hace, hace un sándwich para mí. Mi madre is the subject. Hace is the verb. That's going to match the subject. The direct object is un sándwich, and the indirect object is para mí. Indirect object pronouns are me, te, le, nos, les. To add emphasis or clarification back, you can add a plus the subject or subject pronouns at the end of the sentence. You'll see that I put those up in superscript. You can always add that back if you want to clarify. A mí, a ti, a él, a ella, a usted, a nosotros, a ellos, a ellas, a ustedes. Is missing an accent right there. Mi madre me hace un sándwich para mí. Okay, I could have ended it, mi madre me hace un sándwich, period. Adding para mí just emphasizes the me. You don't need it. Their indirect object pronouns are generally placed before the verb. You already know that. But they can be attached when there's two verbs in a row or in the present progressive. Mi madre quiere, that's verb number 1. Hacer, that's verb number 2. Second verb is in the infinitive, you can attach. Hacerme un sándwich. Mi madre está haciéndome un sándwich. This is the ing. It's got estar plus my verb in the ing formation. I can attach the me. My mom is making me a sandwich. So here they are side by side. Here's indirect object pronouns and direct object pronouns. Okay, so my mom brought the gift to Nicholas. Now we're going to do both at the same time. So I'm going to ask, what did my mom bring? The gift. The gift is el regalo. I can make that lo. Now I need to figure out my indirect object pronoun. To whom or for whom did she bring the gift? To Nicholas. Change Nicholas out for le. So my first sentence, I'm going to use the lo. Mi mamá lo trajo a Nicolás. In the second sentence, I'm going to use the le. Mi mamá le trajo el regalo. Notice that in the first sentence, I'm trading out lo for the gift. The word gift isn't there. Second one, I'm trading out le for Nicholas. And again, I can always add a Nicolás back at the end if I want to clarify or emphasize. The host threw a party for us. What did the host throw? Answer, a party. Una fiesta, change it out to la. For whom? For us. Us becomes nos. First sentence, el anfitrión la dio or hizo para nosotros. What is la referring to? The party. In the second sentence, we're going to use the indirect object pronoun. El anfitrión nos dio una fiesta. Gave us a party. Again, I can add back the para nosotros. You gave money to me. What did you give? Money. El dinero becomes lo. To whom did you give it? To me. Me. First one, direct object pronoun is trade off. Second one, indirect object pronoun is trade off. He brought the appetizers to the guests. What did he bring? Appetizers, las botanas. To whom did he bring it? The guests, les. First sentence, I'm going to replace my direct object. Second sentence, I'm going to replace with my indirect object. Now, to use them together. When you want to use indirect and direct object pronouns together, you can. Your indirect object pronoun is going to go first in your series and then your direct object pronoun. But something is going to change. If your indirect object pronoun is le, it's going to be changed to se. And les will also be changed to se. You can always add back the a personal, the a plus the pronoun or the people's names for emphasis or clarification. Let's practice that. So she brings the cake to her brother. Ella trae la torta a su hermano. Now, my first attempt, I'm going to trade out my direct object for a pronoun. What would that be? It's going to be la, and where do I put it? In front of the verb. Ella la trae a su hermano. Now my second attempt, I'm going to put this back, okay, and I'm going to trade out a su hermano for a pronoun. What would that be? It would be le. I'm going to put that in front of the verb. Ella le trae la torta. Le replaced a su hermano. Now I'm going to put them together. You can use both of them in the same sentence. They're both going to go in front of the verb. But your indirect object pronoun goes first, and then your direct object pronoun. And if your indirect object pronoun is le, you're going to change it to se. Ella, I would have brought down le, but I got to change it to se when I'm using double objects. And put the la, and then the verb. She brings it to him. Let's try some more. Isabela le escribe una carta a Ramón. What does Isabela write? Una carta. Okay, trade that out for the pronoun la. That's your direct object. To whom does she write it? Ramón. Ramón is le, and we know that les are going to turn to se when we're going to put them both in the same sentence. Which one's going to go first? The se, la. Isabela se la escribe. Isabela writes it to him. Now, this se represents a lot of people, right? So if I wanted to, I could put a Ramón back in at the end. Carlos hizo un pastel para sus amigos. What did he make? Un pastel. That's lo. For whom did he make it? sus amigos. That would be les, means I have to trade it out to se. Carlos se lo hizo. Carlos made it, referring to the pastel, for them, referring to the friends. I could add para sus amigos back in if I wanted to, okay, to clarify this say. Mi mamá me explicó la regla. What did mom explain? La regla, that's the rule. Trade it out for la. To whom did she explain it? Oh, pronouns already given right there. Me, which is me, right? A mí. So take your me and then your la. Mi mamá me la explicó. My mom explained it to me. I could add the a mí back in if I wanted to, no problem. Cómprale un regalo. This is a command. Buy this person, him or her, or you formal, a present. What should you buy? Un regalo. That'd be lo. For whom should you buy it? Le. That could be she, he, or you formal. That's going to change to se. Cómpraselo. So you can attach them in the affirmative command. In the negative command, break it up. No, put your se first. Lo compres. Do just a few more like this, breaking it up. Él da el carro a Juan. What does he give? El carro. Change that to a lo. To whom does he give it? Juan. That's le. Change it to se. Okay, now I have both of them. I have my lo and I have my se. If I'm just doing the direct object, it would be él lo da. I'm doing my indirect object as él le da. Put them together. Change the le to a se. Él se lo da. Okay, a few more. Mi mamá da el carro a Nicolás. What does my mom give? El carro. That's lo. To whom does she give it? Nicolás. Le becomes se. Put them together. Mi mamá se lo da. El profesor enseña la lección a nosotros. What does the professor teach? La lección. To whom? A nosotros. To us. Indirect object pronoun first, then direct. El profesor nos la enseña. Usted compra el regalo para María. What do you buy? El regalo. For whom do you buy it? María. Le is changed to se. Usted se lo compra. Okay, now these are translations. Okay, that's going to be a little bit harder. So you have to think the other way around, but they are color coded. So we have our subject. Okay. We have our verb. We have our direct objects. And then we're going to figure out those indirect objects. Isabela se la escribe. Isabela, focus on the subject, go to the verb, writes. What does she write? It. To whom does she write it? To her. This is really going to help you, right? Isabela writes it to her. Carlos se los hizo. Subject, Carlos. Jump to the verb. Did, what did he do? Did them something, we don't know what it is, for them. Carlos did or make them for them. I know it sounds weird because we don't have the objects and things, but that's correct. Andrea va a mostrársela. Subject, Andrea. Verb is going to show it to usted. Andrea is going to show it to you, formal, usted. Tú me lo pediste. Subject is you. Go to the verb. You asked. Go in the direct object for it. You asked it of me or for me. You asked me for it. Sorry. Ricardo se lo mandó. Ricardo sent it to him. Watch the order how we're doing it. Cómpramelo. Buy it for me. Mi mamá me la explicó. My mom, go to the verb, explained, go to the direct object, it, go to the indirect object, to me. My mom explained it to me. Toñito te la va a tirar. Toñito, go to the verb, is going to throw, go direct object, it to you or for you, like to throw you a party. Verónica está enviándoselos. Okay. Subject, Verónica, go to the verb, is. Now, enviar is to send. Now we're going to go to the direct object, sending them to them. Them representing ellas. Arturo nos la pasa. Subject, Arturo, jump to the verb, passes, jump to the direct object, it, to whom, us. I know that's hard, but that you practice it and you'll get it. So your homework is grammar tutorial, then your ALA, double object pronouns, and then the homework for double object pronouns. And I'll be loading the unit test also. All right, good luck.